Thank you for tuning in, Profe Gayu. I wanted to go live real quick to share some good news. As you can see by the title, I finally got my Dominican residency card and my Dominican Cedula or Dominican ID. So I'm gonna wait just a minute, just in case some folks want to drop in. If not, they'll check it out later. All right. So um, I guess the way I can go ahead and start this off is about I think about maybe about two, maybe about I say about three. It's 2022, 2019. It was about maybe 3 years ago, or a little more than 3 years ago. I decided that I was going to move. Well, I didn't make the decision, but I pretty much was sure that I was going to move to the Dominican Republic about 3.5 years ago. And all I did was I didn't act on it, but that's where I was eyeing to. Hey, that's where I'm going to spend my near future. So pandemic hit, and I went in and started putting my documents together. So I reached out to the Dominican Embassy in DC. I got my list of stuff that I needed. I put the packet together. When I had everything together, I called the Dominican Embassy in DC. They gave me an appointment within a few days. Went in there, turned everything, and they said to come back in about. They were going to call me, and normally it take about 2 weeks to a month. They called me back in about a month and a half, and I went back to pick up my passport at the Dominican Embassy, and it had the Dominican visa in there. So this is the residency visa. I did not apply for the investment resident visa. I applied for the temporary resident visa. So applied for the temporary resident visa, and that was noted on the visa in my passport. So about 2 weeks after that, I arrived to the Dominican Republic, and went to I had a lawyer I was going to work with at that time to do the second part, because the first part I did on my own. So I had a lawyer I was going to work with the second part, the residency part, that is done here in Dominican Republic. So when I arrived at Santo Domingo, that lawyer was no longer available. So I ended up getting a list from another lawyer and doing it myself. So I did the whole process myself. Had a couple of issues with this and that, back and forth with the immigration office here in Santo Domingo, and eventually I got everything. The packet was turned in, complete. It took me about, after the going back and forth, it was about 3 full months before it was actually turned in and accepted. And that same day I turned it in, they directed me to go to a clinic. It's called I think it's called San Luis, but it's a clinic in the Gasquay neighborhood of Santo Domingo. They sent me there. I was there for about maybe 3 hours until I had my medical. They took blood, and I went to another building where they took the x-ray. That's it. When they took blood, they asked a few questions about family history, historical health issues, etc. And that was it. So after that, I received an update on the online portal that, hey, your medical was good. and that's it. So after that, basically you just wait for them to tell you, hey, you need to come and pick up your cedula. I mean your residency card. So about 3 months, like almost 3 months to the day, uh, I got an update in the online portal with immigration on my account saying, "Hey, please confirm that you are going to be at your next appointment, which is scheduled for such and such date," which was the following week. I confirmed. Next week came. My appointment was at 12 p.m. I got there 11:30. Checked in. They gave me a ticket. I went in and basically signed a few documents. Sat back down. They called my name. I went in the back. They get my picture taken. Uh, uh, Sat back down and waited for them to call my name again. Then I went in and picked up my residency card and signed for it. And she sent me to the Cedula office for foreigners. So foreigners have their specific Cedula office in Santo Domingo. I can't speak for folks who are out in Puerto Plata, Punta Cana, Santiago. I'm in Santo Domingo, I'm in the capital, so I don't know if folks from other parts of the country actually have to come to Santo Domingo, but I'm already here. So she sent me to that office, which is located at La Plaza de Bandera, which they have all the main offices for all the ministerials. I guess when the equivalent in the U.S. would be like, when you have like Department of Defense, Department of Interior, Department of Commerce, all those headquarters. Yeah, they're basically, for the most part, headquartered in that vicinity, in La Plaza de Bandera. So I went there. Presented my paperwork that they gave me to give to them from immigration, showed my residency card. She filled out some paperwork for me. I filled out some paperwork, and after that, I had to pay for the cedula, 4,000 pesos. So make sure, and they accept cards, so I didn't have cash. They take card, 4,000 pesos for cedula. And just so you know, if you lose your cedula, 4,000 pesos. If you have to update some information on your cedula, 4,000 pesos. If you're going to renew it in 1 year, 4,000 pesos. So that's how that works. So sat back down. After that, went in and took my picture for the cedula. And after that, sat back down, waited for my name to be called to pick up my cedula, went in to pick up my cedula, and I was on my way. That was it. So that entire day, when I went to my appointment for my residency card, to the time when I had my cedula in my hand, it took a total of 3 hours. So, boom, there you go. That's the process for me. At this moment, I finally have my residency card, my Dominican residency card, which is temporary, so I got to go renew it in 1 year. However, it may be possible that I can skip that and either go permanent, and get it permanent if I go and do the investment portion. But yeah, and your cedula is only good for 1 year as well. So both my cedula and my residency card expire on the same day. So I guess some days prior to that, I need to go to immigration and renew my residency card. Pay the fee, which I hear is $500. So if that's the case, that's the case. But when I was in immigration, I don't recall seeing that written anywhere. Then after that, repeat the same process to go over to the Cedula office for foreigners and get that renewed, and that's it. But yeah, that's the process. I got it. It's possible. I know a lot of folks get discouraged. I recall two YouTube channels that I follow. One is a young single guy, Army vet like myself. Um, he was living in Santiago, and from when I hear from him, he enjoyed Santiago. He loved being there, but he had a lot of issues with his immigration process, with his residency process, where a lot of folks, they instead of starting the process in their home countries, which is what they're supposed to do, they come here and they decide they want to stay here, and they stay here, overstay their tourist visa, and they actually try to start that process here for the residency, where first you gotta get through the visa, then the residency, and I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure it's been done, but man, it's a hassle. I can imagine it's a hassle. I can imagine, and anytime you do things, the more difficult way rather than the easy way, you're gonna have issues. So this guy, he was frustrated. He was like, man, forget this. I'm leaving the country, and he left, and he moved to another country. And I totally get the frustration, but I want to let folks out there know that, hey, if you really want to be here in the Dominican Republic, you really want to live here, you really want to make it official and get your residency card and eventually get your citizenship, look at me. I did it. I ain't no one special. I ain't rich. I'm just a dude who decided who wanted to move here, found out how to do it the right way, and did it the right way. When I say the right way, I mean the way it's set up to be. Not saying that any other way is not the right way, but it just made it more difficult. So yeah, I did it. So just to go back, I had my interview. I had my first appointment to turn in my documents at the Dominican Embassy. From that time till the time I got my residency card in my hand, my Cedula in my hand, that was, I'm doing the math in my head right now. That's 9 months. 9 months, like 9 months exactly. So it's possible. You can do it. I did it. You can do it too, because I ain't no one special. And don't get discouraged. I mean, this Dominican Republic is a beautiful country, but yeah, it has its issues. Sometimes the government is not, its processes and its different agencies and different offices are not synced. Sometimes they tell you need one thing one day and another thing the next day, or someone is not aware of this or aware of that, or a law had changed but they're still working on the old laws, or they don't enforce the laws that currently stand, or one person said they did this and another person said they did that, and the way you do it's something else totally different. I mean, you're going to experience that here, but don't get discouraged. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. I would not change going through that process for nothing, even though I had some hiccups with my residency, like turning in my documents and get my documents together, because I'm hearing, different things of what I need to do. I did it, and I did it without a lawyer. I did the whole process without a lawyer. So you can do it too. So with that said, I have my residency card. I have my Cedula. Now what? Now what do I do? Well, now one thing I do know is now when I go to places, and if I don't have a Cedula, I don't need to take out my passport, because here in DR, if you don't have your Cedula, they want you to take out your passport. They don't want your ID from the U.S. or your home country. No, they want either Cedula or passport. Now I can use my Cedula. Now I can be a part of Dominican society in the Dominican system in a way that I couldn't be before, because I just had a passport, which is basically I'm just a tourist. Well, now I'm no longer a tourist. But now I'm no longer a tourist. So that's the good thing about now. So now it's just me using my Dominican residency. What's your residency card? For what I was told from immigration, you only need to use your Dominican residency card, or what they call carnet de residencia. You only need to use that with immigration. So when you are leaving the country and when you're coming back into the Dominican Republic, you want to show your immigration card. And if you ever have to go to the immigration office for any reason, you want to use your residency card. That's the only time you use the residency card. Apart from that, use your Cedula. So there you have it. Hey, that's it. I hope you all got something out of this video. If you have any questions about the process, let me know. Specifically about my process, because every process will be different. Because number one, I live in Santo Domingo. I don't live outside of the capital. So here, everything's in the capital. I can definitely speak about the being in the capital and doing this process. If you have any questions about doing it, you're doing it on your own, I can help you out with that. If you want to save money with having a lawyer, hey, lawyers are helpful, especially if you're really busy and you don't have the time to be going from place to place. I get it. But sometimes lawyers have other clients too, so you're not their priority. So if something comes back from the immigration office, it may sit on that lawyer's desk for a week, 2 weeks, months. You do it by yourself. As soon as you get that notification, the next day you can go out and take action. Hell, one time I got a notification in the morning. I took action that same day because I had the ability to do that. And I didn't want to waste any time. I wanted to get this done. I don't want to be dragging this out. So that's one reason why it's helpful to do it on your own. You don't have to wait for someone else to take action. You can do it yourself. So you have any questions on doing it on your own? You have any questions on the temporary visa process? Any questions on starting the process in the U.S. or anything like that? Look, I'm your man. I can help you out. Everyone's process will be different because we're all not applying for the same type of residency. However, some parts of that I can definitely assist. I want to make sure that you all don't get discouraged. If you want to live in the Dominican Republic and do it the right way, don't get discouraged. I went through it. Proof showing you I went through it. I got my residency card, etc. I can help you out. No problem. Now I ain't gonna be going from walking your documents from place to place. I ain't doing all that. But if you got a question, I can answer your question. All right. So that's it. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for tuning in with Prophet Gayu. Please like and this video and subscribe to my channel. And please share with your buddies, friends, or other folks out there that you know that may get something out of the content that I have on my channel. Have a good day, my people. Peace.